Hello, Libra. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Bonefire Tarot by Gabby Angus West. Supportive oracle cards will be Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. Libra. Move those down there. There's a lot of those cards. And one of those right there. Okay. A lot at the end. What's going on at the end? Wow. Okay. Complicated. I'm thinking this is going to be complicated, but we're going to find out. So, starting off with the situation, whatever this situation was, I'm getting it was going your way. When I'm getting growth for Libra, I feel like when you're dealing with people, and this is definitely, I feel like this is people. I feel like this is, I really do. I mean, it can go any way. It's a general read. You decide how it fits for you. But it's kind of like when I'm dealing with people, it doesn't, it's not going to be perfect. There's always stuff you got to look out for. There's always things to balance. It may be good today, well, but we got to keep an eye on it for tomorrow. We got to plan ahead and keep a lookout and see what's going on. It's just not going to be perfect and stick that way. It's just it never attains perfect, and it's definitely not going to stay that way. Whatever it is, it hits a pretty good level, but you got to work to keep it there. So you got growth here, kind of like you're moving things forward. Things are going where you want them to go. Things seem to be fairly good. You got blooming and gratitude. People seem to be fairly cooperative. I like the word cooperative. Blooming and gratitude. People see the benefit of how you're handling things. Even if they don't realize directly that you have a hand in how things are working out, they seem to be very cooperative. I'm getting the word cooperative very strong. So when this started, very cooperative, very good. They seem to be very nice to you. You're washing, one hand washes the other. It all seems very cool. All good. Oh, cool. Protection then shows up. Now this makes me think of Earth. It really does. Now, Earth and air don't match. Every sign has its good and bad points, right? But Earth and air don't work together very well. Earth is kind of like we do it this way, and that's how it goes. Air is like, yeah, well, let's move it around. Let's do this. Let's think about that. Let's do this. And Earth is like, no, you can think all you want. I'm not changing. This is just how it is. Somebody is digging their feet in the ground. That's what I'm getting with protection. It's face down, which tells me you don't realize it at first. Because there's something you want to change, or you're kind of like, that doesn't seem right. We should change this. We should move that here. We should do this, or we should do that. So you're talking about it. You're trying to get people, excited about changing things. Somebody's, it's face down. I don't think you realize it, at least at first. Somebody's directly in your way, kind of like, no. It is where it is. It stays where it is. We do not change. I do not want to change. We don't get our goal if we change. We stay. We stick. This is how it is. This is where it stays. And you're like, yeah, but we could do better. No. This is how it is. This is where it stays. And I'm getting a very no. You got a lot of cards popping on. Like 5, 6, plus an oracle card. This is a moment where you have to do a lot of work to make this change. The oracle card you're getting is focus. A lot of focus. A lot of focus. Takes a lot. Working with a lot of moving parts here. A lot of focus to figure out, if you don't know what's happening, if you don't see this person doing it, first you have to figure that out. Some of you might already know who it is, whatever. But you have to focus to get over this hurdle. First part might be figuring out exactly not just who, but how many people are supporting this. So for even those of you who like, oh, I know who that is, who's standing behind them? Who is supporting that no attitude? Who else is supporting it? You need to find that out too. Focus, figuring out. It's going to take a lot of focus on your side. And I got 5, 6 tarot cards. There's a couple here that are good, a couple that aren't. The top one is the 5 of Cups. Kind of like, why do we have to be so difficult? Why do we have to be so difficult? Just work with me, people. Like, it's one of those things. The 5 of Cups is your original, like like, why does this have to be so difficult? I feel like that energy is how we're starting. Like, we were doing so well. Why does somebody have to be the cog? You know, why does somebody have to throw the wrench into the cog, or whatever, wrench into the machine? Why do we have to do that? Five of Cups. It goes into the King of Cups. Nope, Knight of Cups. We're trying. What is this card? You gotta, like, the Four of Cups is also like identifying like how this energy is coming in with the Knight of Cups. It's begrudgingly. It's annoyed. I feel like I'm annoyed, but I'm like, all right, let me schmooze up to some people and find out what the real problem is, and find out what's the real point of contention here. What's the problem? And the Four of Cups is kind of like telling me you're trying to schmooze up to people, and they're really, it's like a hard nut to crack. It's like, come on, man. It's like, what is your issue? What do I need to work with here? And they're just like, I just don't want to do it. It's kind of like when you're asking somebody, what's wrong? Nothing. You seem upset. I'm not. I'm fine. Your tone doesn't seem... My tone is fine. Like, you're dealing with that energy. Like, I am fine. I am so happy I can't even stand myself. And you're like, oh, I can see. You're overjoyed, clearly. The Four of Cups is like, this is like, it's taking some work. Focus. The focus is there. It's taking some work. Ugh. Okay. You do get through it, though. What comes next? You slowly have to unearth this. You will... I feel like this is a big part of this reading. You will overcome this challenge. There's going to be a point here where you're like, I don't know how. I don't even know how. Like, I don't even know how. They're telling me, give it time. Start throwing out ideas. Just start throwing out ideas. I don't know what that means other than, like, get this person talking about things other than the problem. Get them talking about things other than the problem, and you might be surprised that they just kind of all of a sudden start the conversation about what they're unhappy about. Get them talking about other things. Keep that going. You might have to walk away and come back and walk away. It may take you a few weeks, if not a couple months. I don't know. You might have, I don't know, it depends on your situation. You have to decide what's doable and what's not. But you have to just keep them talking. Keep them talking about other things other than the problem. And they sooner or later will pop up forward and tell you what the issue actually is. It's going to take some time with the Temperance. You will get your Ten of Cups outcome, though. You will get the change you want. You're just going to have to focus. Like, focus! If I can not cover the word, that'd probably be helpful. Focus. You will get, this will work. Focus! Focus! It will work. Just a lot of work. A lot of work. Ten of Cups will come. It will come out. You will figure it out. I feel like for a lot of you that are hitting this, it's kind of like, I don't even know what I'm going to do with this. Talk about something else. You will relax them enough that at some point they will finally tell you what the actual point of contention is. Going into the end part, which there's a lot of cards here too. This seems like it's a very complicated situation. Sovereignty, the Strength card, and the Magician. There's something this other energy wants. More than holding on to whatever they have, there's something they want. You just got to figure out what it is they want, and everything seems to go right into place for you. The Magician card is here saying they want something. They want to create something, they want it to happen. The thing is, you can make this happen for them so much easier. You can help them, and I feel like you have no problem with that. You basically just got to figure out what it is. Because once you know what it is, it's kind of like, okay, they want that. Well, then we can rebalance this based on that. I can just move that there. We'll move these other things around. That we can do. That we can do. Sovereignty with Strength. They have to have the guts to tell you. I don't know what the big issue is, but there's some type of big issue. Sovereignty, it seems to make everything go a lot better. Everybody feels safe. This energy is a slow-moving energy. I'm still getting Earth energy. Like, remember, it feels like Earth. Earth, air, fire, water, they're all good energies. It's just how some energies work together. That's sometimes the challenge. Realize it's going to be slow. Move this forward slowly. Whatever you want, whatever change you want, move it forward slowly. It will happen. It will be very dependable. The person will be very dedicated to it working out as long as it's at a pace that they can watch things unfold in their favor. It's kind of like you give them a little, they give you a little, you give them a little, they give you a little, you give them a little more, they give you a little more. It's going to be one of those things. Be patient with it. Earth, it feels, the patience also has an earth feel to it too. Patience, earth, you know. It does go really well. Fruition is telling me you're getting your outcome. Okay, I know we've already said that, but they're like, you got to surrender to what the other person wants and the way they want it to come forward. You have to surrender to their tempo. Surrender to their tempo, you get what you want with the fruition. I feel like once you realize and see it for what it is, and you're comfortable, like, okay, this is how it's going. It's fine. It's fine. Like, it's not going forward. It's kind of like instead of driving across town, we're walking across town. You know what I mean? We'll get there. Not as fast as we could, but it's fine. Once you see it and accept it, you and this energy, whoever this person is, will get along quite well. Everything seems fine. Everything seems good. I'm also getting there's one more piece to it, so I'm trying to figure out what they're saying with this. You got self-reflection here with they have pleasure, and what's tying you together is the purity. I don't think, I feel like you might have the urge to keep this person happy for some reason. I'm also getting that once the goal is attained, it doesn't seem as necessary. Once they get what they want, they'll stay where they are. You don't have to worry about them. Once they get what they want, they'll stay where they are. They'll be dependable. They got what they want. They're happy with what they want, what they got, and they're going to work to keep it the same way. But they're going to, whatever you have, they're going to keep it the same. So you don't have to bend over backwards any longer to keep them happy. Once they've achieved their level, just let them be. But I think you also want to like review like what it took to open this person up, not in the sense of like having to open this person up again, but like to deal with similar energies. There might have been something you learned in this that you can put in your emotional toolbox to use later. Kind of like, you know what, when I did this, they really seemed to loosen up. So I have to remember that for next time I come across this type of energy to try that. Purity is telling me, I don't think there's an issue after this. I don't really see an issue after this. You already identified this person and how they work and, you know, how they kind of like put their feet in the ground or dig their heels into the ground. You already know that. So I don't see that being another problem that you're not going to expect in the future. So you'll be ready for it in the future. So I don't see that being a problem. So they're also saying this person, I don't really see them being a big problem for you. Especially since you worked with them, found out what they wanted and helped them get it. They're actually they like you more than they did before. I don't know how they felt before, but they like you more at this point than they did before. So that's something. So don't worry about them. I wouldn't worry about them. Are we good? Good. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.